Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Um, welcome. Welcome all the folks that are working on remote math. We are expected to learn as much information as if we were in person. Okay, and those expectations are for me, but it's also from me. I think those expectations are perfect. We have all the ability in the world to learn as much or more than if we were in a classroom. We have a lot less distractions. The biggest shift is on you, okay? You have to want to learn it. If you don't, you will learn nothing, okay? But if you do want to learn it, I'm here. We will work together and you will learn as much or more than you would in a classroom. Here's your challenge questions. Hopefully you've already done them and you already know whether or not you got them correct, okay? Review, line up the decimal, right? So this turns into a 9. You have 9.00. 7 from nothing is 7. 8 from nothing is 8. 7 from 9 is illegal, so we have to borrow from the 5. Turn that into a 4, and it's 17 minus 9, which is 8, and 4 falls down. Okay, I wasn't going to go over these. That's why I have nothing written, but I can go over them right quick. 3/8, 10/12, you have to turn them both into 24ths. 10/12 turns into 20/24. 3/8 turns into 9/24 because it's times 3 times 3. And 9 plus 20 is 29/24, which is bigger than 1 whole because it's 29/24. It's 5 bigger than a whole, so it's 1 and 5/24. 85/8 is way larger than a whole, so we need to pull as many 8s as we can from 85. So you count by 8s. You know that 10/8 is 80. You can't go 11 because that's 88. So your whole answer is 10, which took 80 away from 85. There's 5/8 left, so 10 and 5/8. And then the challenge question is rough. It is rough. It says Beth started to add the first 30 odd numbers, and notice there was a pattern that helped her find the sum very quickly. What is the sum? So sum means when you add them all together. So do I really expect you to put 1, 3, 5, 7 until you get the first 30 and then add them all together? No, I don't expect that from you. It would take too long. You're supposed to look at the pattern. So let's just look at the first 4. 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 7 is 16. So 4 of them is 16. Is 4 times anything 16? We have 4 times 4. So I wonder if we do 30 times 30, if that same pattern would work, and that answer is yes. Okay, that answer is yes, and that is a challenge question. That's why it's in a different color. Don't get frustrated if you don't get that one right. That's fine. I don't care if you don't get it right. It's for the folks that like, oh my gosh, math is a puzzle and I need to solve it. It's 900. 30 times 30 is 900. So good for you if you got that one right. Let's move on. All right. What is half of 10? Half of, oh, remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is just what does of mean? That's the only point I put. That's the reason I put this slide in. What's of mean? Multiplication, multiplication, of, like half of multiplication. Multiplication, multiplication, multiplication. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, of means multiplication, right? Of means multiplication. Okay. Oh yeah, of means multiplication. Let us move on. This lady again, for real. Of means multiplication. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. Can someone get her out of here? All right. So, page 87, let's work together. I expect that you have your book open right now. You're allowed to pause me. And let's work through this together so it makes sense. Silver City is 24 miles away. Gus drove 1/4 of 24. But Mr. Stahl, the answer's right here. Yes, it is right there. That is correct. But let's figure out how you get the answer. Let's understand the process. Who cares about the answer? Let's understand the process. So Gus drove 1/4 of 24. Let's find that answer. Okay, 1/4 of 24. Oh my gosh, of means multiply. And when you multiply, you just multiply the top numbers. 1 times 24 is 24. 4 times 1 is 4. 24 fourths. So that's your answer. Oh, I can't put 24 fourths because that's improper. So I got to pull out as many fours as I can from 24, because remember, we have 24. What are they? They're fourths. What does that tell us? You need 4 of them to make a whole, but we have 24. So you have a lot of fours in there. So pull out fours. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Oh, there's 6 holes there with nothing left over. So that must mean that he's 6 miles away. That's how Gus gets his 6. What about Emma? Well, Emma's 3/4. Oh my gosh. So there's 2 ways you could do this. You could literally put 3/4 of 24 and multiply across, get 72 fourths, and then figure out how many 4s are in 72, which is kind of gross when you have not mastered division yet, which is coming next unit. So another way you could do it is if 1/4 is 6, then 3/4 would be 6 plus 6 plus 6. 18. No, Mr. Stahl, I just looked at the picture. Okay, fine. You look at the picture, but we want to figure out how to do this together. How many times as far as Gus has Emma driven? Well, how many 6s is 18 is the question. And, well, that answer is 3. 3 of them. Number 4. 1/5 of something is 3. Oh, but how many is 4? So let's look at our fingers because it's perfect. We got 5 of them. If 1 finger is worth 3, what would 4 of them be? 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. 12. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 12. If 1/8 of a container is 2 pounds, what would 3 of them be? If 1 is equal to 2, what's 3? 6. If 1/7 of something is 4, what's 2/7? Well, if it's like if 1 apple weighs 4 pounds, what would 2 apples weigh? Well, it's just 4 plus 4, right? So if 1/7 of a book is 4 pages, 2 of them would be 8. Shady Grove, 40 miles away. Middletown is 1/5 of means multiply, of that way. And Parkview is 2/5 of means multiply, of that way. How many miles away is Middleton? Well, I think it's 1/5 of 40. And we're taking a fraction of something, which means multiply. 1 times 40 is 40, and 5 times 1 is 5. So when we multiply across, we get 40/5, which doesn't make sense. But we could pull out as many 5/5 as possible. 5, 10, 15, 20, and there's 8 trapped in there. Do you see how it goes in beautifully? You can pull exactly 8 5s out. That's going to change eventually, but that's easy. If it was 41/5, it'd be 8 and 1/5, right? But we'll figure that out later on in life. Right now, you just need to know that answer is 8. What about Parkview? Well, Parkview's 2 of those, so it'd be 8 plus 8. Or you could do 2/5 of 40, which is 80/5, and 80/5, you could pull out 16. Ocean City is 42 miles from home. If we went 35 of 42, we went 35 of 42. What fraction is that? Okay, so there's 2 ways you could look at it. Isn't 42 over 42 a whole, right? Because it takes 42 miles to get there. And when I get 42 of 42, I'm there. That's 1 whole. So I could put 35 over 42. That's fine and dandy. Or you could look at their beautiful picture here and say, oh, it's broken into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. And I'm 5 pieces there, so I can put 5, 6 as well. And guess what's bigger, 5, 6 or 35 over 42? They're equal. They're equivalent. Of course they are. So I don't care which one you put. Eagle Rock is 72 miles away. Now, when we had stopped and we had gone 2/9 of the distance and we stopped for gas, how many miles have we traveled? Sounds like a of question, right? We went 7/9 of 72. And if we've gone 7/9 or 2/9 of 72, we can figure out what number that would equate to. But I didn't do that work, so let me do it right here. Let me first see, because this will be an important tool. Let me make sure that I can make this larger. Now, I can make it larger here. Will it be larger on the recording? I don't know. We shall see. All right, so we want 2/9 of 72. 2/9 of 72. Now, 2 times 72 is, well, it's like 70 plus 70 plus 2 plus 2, which is 144. And to double check my work, I'll just go like this. 72 times 2 equals 414, 144. And then 9 times 1 is 9. So that answers 144 nines. Ooh, we got an issue, right? Our issue is that is very improper. So now we have this beautiful thing called division, which you have not yet mastered, but you will very soon. How many nines go into 14? 1. What's left over? 5. Bring down the next number. How many nines go into 54? 6. So that answer is 16. So that answer is 16. Perilous Peak is 80 miles away. We are 3/10 of 80 miles. So how many more miles do we have to go? Well, let's figure out what 3/10 of 80 is. We can do that. Ten times 1 is 10. 8 times 3 is 24, but it's times 80, so we add the 0. And then how many 10s are in 240? 24. 24. So if Perilous Peak is 80 miles away and we are 3/10 of the way there, how many more miles do we have to go? Tricky. Now, if we've gone 24 miles, is that how many more we have to go? No. We have to take our whole 80 and subtract 24, and we get 56. So that real answer is 56. We have 56 more miles to go. So write down 56. That was tricky. And then Windy Bay is 48 miles away. Make up your own fraction word problem with multiplication. Be sure to include a non-unit fraction. Do me a favor. Cross that one off. I'm fine with crossing that one off. Let's move on in life, right? Okay, so no number 12. Try these on your own, and then we're going to meet in a live Zoom here in a little bit. We'll go over those answers. So try these on your own, and we'll go over those answers at your live Zoom. Check your schedule for what time your live Zoom is. All right, which expression does not equal the others? Well, we did one just like this yesterday. Let's just start here. I don't know. I just like starting in the middle because this one looks like fun. 21 thirds plus 21 thirds. How many 21 thirds is that? 2. Well, let's look over here. This is 2/3 of 21. 2/3 of 21. Okay. So when I multiply that out, it's 42 thirds. That is gross. That's why I don't write with my mouse. So when you multiply that out, you get 42 thirds. What when you add these two, what do you get? Well, you get 42 sixths. No, you never ever add denominators. You get 42 thirds. So these are actually the same. So those are both good because it is not the different one, right? What is that game you guys play? Which one is the? I know you're saying it right now. I don't know what it is. Which one's the intruder? No, imposter. All right, 1/3 of 21, which is 1/3 of 21 is 21 thirds. And this one's also the same, 21 thirds. And if you add those together, guess what? It looks just like this one. That means this one's the same as well. I don't know why I'm circling them. We're supposed to circle the odd one. Guess what? This one is the odd one. That is the odd one because it's only 21 and 2/3. You're just adding those together. That's the odd one. That is the intruder. Was that the word? I don't remember. Let's move on. They're going to have us all compare all these to bank. Hello, I'm Mr. Bank. Compare all these to me. Okay. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm actually going to go over this one, all 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I'm going to go over these on Zoom. Okay. So you are good with the recording. It is finished now. And I hope you have all this written out in your book. And then I will see you on Zoom during that part of your schedule. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.